My other computer is not muted. Hello. Go away. All right, so I am coming to you live this afternoon with a cast of Borussia Dortmund versus Sevilla, the second leg in the Champions League opening round of 16 matches. And do apologize, I just kind of got out of a meeting. You could still hear it wrapping up there, but I am no longer required to say anything, so I am still logging in. And struggling to do so. Oh, it's ParamountPlus.com now. Classic. Every streaming service just updates every other week as they all fight over television rights. I gotta say, guys, it is really obnoxious. Hopefully this password. Oh my god. Yeah, sign in here to start streaming. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Oh, caps lock is off. So sorry about this, guys. No, it's a bit of a slow start. There we go. Finally gonna get in. We'll head over to watch today. Pull up this feed. We'll also duplicate the feed so I can provide updates on the other game. And we are live. And 1 second here. All right, there we go. Now we got everything up. I got the Juventus game on my other screen as well. All right, there we go. Sorry about the delay. Fortunately, we haven't missed anything. We are a minute into this Dortmund-Sevilla match. Of course, Dortmund coming away in the first leg with a 3-2 win. That was away in Portugal, so they do have a very, very nice cushion here, a goal and that away goal, so it will require a 2-goal turnaround from the side of Sevilla to turn this one in their favor. We are, of course, in Germany today. Dortmund moving left to right on the screen. And what is going on my other screen? I'm trying to have the Juventus-Porto game up on the left side of my screen as well. And I keep getting an error message. The video is unavailable because we were unable to load a message from our sponsors. If you are using ad blocking software, please disable it. Yes, Toy Soldier, this is still the round of 16. This is the second leg of the initial stages of the Champions League. Let me shrink this a little bit. I realize that's kind of in the way of the scoreboard here. So Dortmund is moving this one out of the back. Ooh, there's a terrible pass from Akanji. This is going to give Sevilla a chance. Cutting inside, looking for the strike. That one palmed away by Hitz. And it will be collected by Dortmund. They'll be able to move this one forward. Give me 1 second to get fully settled here. As again, I don't have any ad blocking software up, I believe, but this page just keeps failing me. I'm not going to cast the Juventus Porto game, like do play-by-play, but I do want to give you guys updates on that game. So hopefully this stops screwing with me here. God, it's not. It just keeps doing it. So why? Here's the question I would have. I'm not having this an issue on my Dortmund stream, so why is this issue happening on my other open stream? I don't understand. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. Like, what? Whatever. Just load it in a new tab. Hope that it works while this game continues. Just continue to be mad. It took me a while to log in. Part of the reason I was late to getting to the stream is because they changed to Paramount Plus. I had to re-log into everything. A Jordan setting up for a corner for Sevilla. This one going to be swung in from the near side. It's flicked on inside the box, but Dortmund do manage to clear. Look at that. I don't even know what the issue is. That's so strange. So strange. Whatever. We'll figure this out in a bit. Oh, hello. Sorry about that. I am still trying to get that one up. As a strike comes through from Dortmund, that one deflected, will be collected by the goalkeeper for Porto. And again, I'll get to the lineups in just a second here. Let me load up. Paramount Plus on another browser, a whole nother browser. I have to sign in again. So we look back at this replay from Hits. Pretty easy save there from Hits on that strike. It was a good play from Sevilla, but they couldn't really get the direction on the strike. There we go. Okay, hopefully this one doesn't stop me this time around, and I can provide some updates on the Juventus Porto game live, because I'm sure that's something that everyone here would enjoy. Okay, maybe that one worked. Let's see. Okay, I'm not getting the error message. I think we're good. Okay, thank God we finally have that BS done and over with. So let me get to updating you on the lineups that are playing today for these two sides that we have in focus. For Borussia Dortmund, it's Hits in goal, More, Can, Hummels, and Schultz making up the back four. So a bit of a rotation from the weekend in which Dortmund lost in a 4-2 thriller to Bayern Munich after taking a 2-goal lead. De Hood, Delaney, Bellingham, the midfield trio with Thorgan Hazard, Marco Reus, and Erling Haaland leading the line. For the likes of Sevilla, Bueno in goal, Acuna, Carlos, Conde, and Navas, the back four. Navas, of course, a familiar name to most. He is now back in a right back role. Does have to do that because he doesn't quite have the wheels that he used to, but has been a very, very smart addition to Sevilla's lineup this season. Jordan, Fernando, Rodriguez, the midfield trio with Suso, En-Nesyri, and Lucas Ocampos leading the line for the Spanish side. It is Erling Haaland taking this one away, but that's a very loose pass from him towards Thorgan Hazard. It's taken right back by Sevilla. And now it's En-Nesyri trying to get the better of Emre Can, who is being fielded in an auxiliary center back role today. Akanji maybe not available for them through injury or otherwise. You can see De Hood talking to his teammates here, wanting a little bit of communication as he commits the foul onto Jordan. Meanwhile, can provide an update after struggling to get the Juventus game up. We do have no goals in that one, 7 minutes in. Again, I'll have that on the far side of my screen as much as I possibly can. Now here's a chance for Sevilla, but a whiffed strike coming in from, I believe that is Ocampos. Can't quite get the connection right. That will not go goalwards. It's picked up by Sevilla. This is similar to what we saw in the first leg, a lot of possession domination from the Spanish side, using their priority well, but just couldn't finish really any of their chances early on in the game, and were just hit time and time again by Dortmund on the counter. They did get a late second goal to make it an interesting second leg, but they do still find themselves with an uphill battle to face today, and nothing yet in the opening 7 minutes. But they do look solid once again with the ball at their feet as they continue to dominate Dortmund for possession. And as mentioned, Dortmund with a lot of squad rotation today. They used a very strong lineup on the weekend. They had to go up against title rivals Bayern Munich, a game in which they got out to a 2-goal lead but quickly fell behind when Bayern turned it on. It was a 4-2 drubbing at the end of the day, and the second half nearly entirely in Bayern's control. Now here's Dortmund with some possession. Be swung up the line by Schultz, but easily collected by Sevilla. Suso, goal scorer from that initial series. He actually opened the scoring on a deflected strike that came off of Mats Hummels. Will win his side a throw-in in combination with this man, Jesus Navas. He'll look for Jordan. We'll send it back to Conde. Long crossfield ball from Acuna. Settled down beautifully by Suso. Now Jesus Navas. He's going to swing one in. That cross is deflected. It will go behind for another Sevilla corner. And they are certainly the side in the ascendancy here early on into the match. This one going to be taken from the far side will be Suso swinging it in. That's a very short corner, and nice work to recover it by Ocampos. Will set up for another Suso cross. This one a little bit better than the first, but it is well handled by Hummels and Chan to clear it away. Now Acuna finds himself back on the ball. He'll move it forward. Laid off to him by Ocampos. Cross comes in. It's very dangerous. Swept away by Erling Haaland, of all people, retreating inside his own area. Clearance collected by Conde. He'll move it out to the right-hand side. Sevilla combining well again. They've won a third corner in this match themselves. You can see Dahoud knows the tempo is on the side of the Spaniards, trying to encourage his team to defend with a little more effort, with a little more vigor. But now, offside is called in the corner? No, it looks like the assistant referee just wasn't happy where the ball was placed, so he will call it back. Corner will be retaken by Suso as they attempted to go short. Will still go short, this time towards the top of the 18. Clipped back in towards the back post. Up goes Chan, staying with his mark very well. I believe it's El Nasiri trying to crop up at the back post, but once again, the pressure continues to mount. Sevilla win the second ball, and Schultz is guilty of upending Rodriguez this time around. Yeah, you see just a little bit of clip there. Rodriguez has the body positioning. Gets to that one first. It's a pretty easy call, and it will be another free kick opportunity for Sevilla. Hitz trying to set his defenders in an organized fashion. Oscar and Acuna standing over this one. I believe it will be Acuna to take. And it is going to swing one in towards the back post. Nobody there from Sevilla. That will allow the clearance to come through, but only partially from Dahoud. Sevilla once again back on the ball, looking wide. This one going to be swung in by Suso. It's low and hard, but cleared away by Royce. Now it's Acuna. He'll hit another lovely lofted crossfield pass, this time to Jesus Navas. Navas dancing on it a little bit, finds Suso. Wants to get a cross in on his left. Will get that cross away, but it's easily read. Delaney now tracking. It's a nice tackle he's put in on Acuna, but Acuna gets right back to his feet, gets the cross away. It's a barrage of crosses from Sevilla. All of them still being handled by Dortmund, who still can't get a full clearance. They haven't gotten out of their half yet. And finally, a free kick going to be called against Sevilla. This will give Dortmund a breath of fresh air, as they were under the cosh for certain against Sevilla, continuing to pile cross after cross in there. You do have to say Dortmund are set up well to deal with crosses. They have the two big center backs in Chan and Hummels, both excellent in the air. Sevilla pretty much only have El Nasiri as an aerial threat, but nevertheless, putting in enough crosses can certainly make things dangerous, especially if you get varied heights, varied powers. It just requires a lot of focus and adds pressure to these Dortmund defenders. That is what will be required of Sevilla. They trail the series 3-2 in the aggregate, and those are away goals for Dortmund, so it will require at least a 2-goal victory here today for Sevilla to overturn the extended result. But now here's a chance for Dortmund on the other end. A slip from Sevilla gives this shot away, but it's skewed terribly by Dahoud. I'm not even sure that would have counted. There was a hint of offside in the build-up. No flag has been raised as Jordan's in communication with the center referee. And you can see it looks to be onside for this run marker, Royce, and that's just a pure slip. Oh, actually, might be offside on the second ball. Nevertheless, the shot goes wide from Dahoud. Pretty much puts all of that speculation to bed. Moot point, if you will. Now Sevilla looking to come forward again through Suso. Acuna. Helped on by Ocampos. Pinned in the corner against Bellingham. No foul going to be called. Dortmund coming away with it. Bellingham up the line to Royce. Back inside to Delaney. And they will swing it out to the other side. This is Schultz. Dahoud. Royce. Now here's More. Slides it back to Emre Can. Take this chance to give you an update from the other match. Again, Juventus came into the day leading, Porto came into the day leading 2-1 on aggregate after the first result. Still 0-0 in that game will be a tough task for Juventus. They do need to claw that one back. Fortunately, they do have that away goal provided to them in the first leg. They will just have to score the once. A 1-0 line would be enough for them to move on. Back to the game at hand. Dortmund have given it away, and that's a pretty cynical push from Can on En-Nesyri, excuse me. Yeah, I'm a little surprised that one's not called as a foul. Can doesn't really have body position on En-Nesyri. Just gives him a little bit of a check in the back, and the referee not making any move to blow the whistle. I think Can can count himself a little bit fortunate there. Hitz needs no invitation, though. He'll just send this one up the pitch. Headed down initially by Fernando. Second ball is going to be won by Schultz. It will be sent all the way back to Hummels, whose jersey I am wearing today. The old Dortmund Hummels. Bought this back when he was in his first spell with the club before moving to Bayern. Here's Can. Under pressure from Ocampos. He'll move it over to More. Back to Can, who's just going to be forced into a clearance. Holland comes back. Gets absolutely clubbed in the back of his leg. Just a pretty nasty challenge by Carlos. Honestly, he was never going to get to that ball first. Just decided to leave his leg in the back of Erling Haaland. And honestly, I think that might... he's kind of trying to get the ball, guys. He's kind of not. I don't know. It's pretty tried and true strategy of center backs to leave a little bit extra into challenges with the best players on the enemy team. This ball's actually managed to stay in play for quite some time, and it will just stay in play as it rolls about 20 yards directly on the touchline before Acuna can get there. He's going to pop this one up to try to get a clearance away, but he cannot do it. Fortunately for him, he will win a free kick. A little bit too much grappling coming through from Thorgan Hazard. Ooh, and on the other side of things, as we look at the Juventus-Porto game, I think we might have a penalty for Porto. I haven't seen the signal from the referee, but it looked like there was some remonstration from the Juventus players. So it was Demiral going in pretty strongly. Definitely got a clip onto the attacking player from Porto. Checking the replays now. It will, of course, go to a VAR review, but we'll have to see how that one plays out. I will let you know once I'm 100% certain. Long ball from Dortmund. Not going to connect with Haaland as it's driven a little bit too high. Yeah, and it looks like the penalty is going to stand, I believe, against Demiral. Ronaldo having some conversations with Szczesny. Maybe he knows the direction the penalty taker likes to go. Of course, Ronaldo, a Portuguese hero up against a Portuguese side tonight. So maybe he does have a little bit of extra information as, yeah, this penalty is going to stand. Meanwhile, Sevilla has a chance. That one going to be flashed just wide by the right foot of Suso. Nice build-up play from them, and the penalty has been converted by Porto. It's now 3-1 on aggregate to the Portuguese side over Juventus, and that is a crucial away goal for them as well. This negates any possibility of that 1-0 scoreline we were talking about. Now it will require 2 goals from Juventus to come back in this match, and that is just enough to force it into an overtime period. Fortunately for us, no goals yet on this end. Jude Bellingham just getting a bit of a late sliding challenge from Acuna. But I wouldn't be too worried about the goals. We're watching Dortmund, and Dortmund games are pretty much guaranteed to have some form of goals, whether it's for them or against them. They are so open sometimes. And if you watch the Bayern game on the weekend, you saw exactly that. Just brilliant on the counterattack on multiple occasions, scoring 2 goals, and then just get absolutely trounced in the second half as Bayern just opens them up time and time again. Hat trick converted by Robert Lewandowski in the much heralded second matchup between him and Erling Haaland. Now here's Dortmund taking it away. It's Delaney looking for options, but Delaney not the most creative player in Dortmund's side, so just going to take it slow in the build-up. We'll slide it out to Schultz. Here's Chan. Nice forward pass into the feet of Hazard. He bounces it off a Sevilla player, goes out for a throw-in. See a lot of instructions being shouted by Julian Lopetegui. Of course, the much maligned, brief Spanish national coach. And now a yellow card is going to be assessed against Borussia Dortmund. Looks to be More, I think. It's maybe a little unlucky for More as he gets a piece of the ball going into this challenge up against Rodriguez, but he does sort of stamp down in the process, bit of a stamping motion into that tackle. That usually will get you caution. So Mathieu More will find himself in the book, first player tonight. Fortunately for him, it's not enough to get him suspended for the first leg of the next series should Dortmund hold on and advance to the quarterfinals. Is Conde. All the way back to Buono. Buono sends one over to Acuna. Lovely skill by Acuna to bring that one down, lofted over the head of More, and now it's going to be a foul. No, it won't be. Referee deeming the challenge to be fair coming in from Delaney, says he got the ball. Dortmund trying to come away with it, but More's pass is loose. Ocampos will pick it up. Rodriguez will pick it up. He goes for a nutmeg, actually, and that does not come off. Always a tricky one, and eventually will bounce around a couple of players as Chan tries to clear it. It will end up in the hands of Hitz, as you can see Edin Terzic there. Trying to sort things out. Dortmund have not started this match particularly well. They've certainly been second best in the possession to Sevilla. Haven't really generated any chances as of yet. All of those have been for the Spanish side, and you can still feel the balance of the match certainly very much in their favor. Of course, they do still trail in the aggregate score line by that goal. And a 3-3 draw with one away goal will not be enough for Sevilla. They will have to score at least twice because they gave up 3 goals to Dortmund in the first leg at home. Does set them up for a very disadvantageous position that they are trying to correct with this lovely ball coming in from Navas. It's found En-Nesyri. Now Suso trying to take on Schultz. He'll cut it back to the top of the box, but Jude Bellingham is there to read that pass. He'll launch that one away. Collected by Sevilla once again. It's Acuna. Now Campos. Conde. Navas. Nice ball into the channel. This one for Fernando. Turn this back. Suso. Fernando. Navas. Jordan. Lovely interplay between Sevilla. They continue to ping the ball around. Now the cross comes in towards the back post. It's chested down by, I believe, Thorgan Hazard and cleared away. Haaland is going to give chase. He'll win the initial header, but this one is well played by Carlos, who just waits for that one to run away from Haaland, takes it away, and will restart Sevilla's attack. They're going to go right back to that right-hand flank where he just pinged it around very successfully, but it will be an early cross this time for Navas. It goes over the head of En-Nesyri. Matthew More is there to clean up the scraps at the back post. More tries a clearance. It's partially deflected by Ocampos, collected by Acuna. Carlos swings one over to Conde. Carlos kind of shaking out his right leg and foot. So not exactly sure if that is an issue. I'll keep an eye on him and see if that's something that does persist. There's Acuna. Jordan. Over to Conde. Fernando. Slides it back out to Navas. Has Suso in the channel, but doesn't have a lot of room to work with. Suso. He'll cross one in. This one collected by En-Nesyri, but he's quickly closed down by Chan, who pokes it away from him, gets the clearance as he looks for Haaland, though. Conde reading the proceedings, steps in to intercept. Sevilla still the ones dominating this match at the moment. Completely in control of possession. They have been in Dortmund's half for seemingly the last 15 minutes or so. They'll win themselves another throw. Rodriguez. Jordan back to Rodriguez, over to Conde. And for the first time, what seems like forever, the ball actually rolls into Sevilla's half, but they quickly will retake the territory. This is Acuna. Ocampos. Cuts it inside onto the right peg. Looks over to Fernando. Helping it on to Conde. Out to Navas. Navas looking for some space to cross. He'll get it away, but once again, Dortmund is very strong defensive positions, able to get an easy clearance, and then a missed control by Conde will give possession back to the yellow and black. Quick update for the Juventus-Porto game. Chance for Alvaro Morata was saved by the Porto shot stopper. Very nice opportunity too for the recently available Alvaro Morata. Was injured for quite some time for Juve. But once again, Juventus trailing 3-1 on aggregate in that series and no longer have the away goal advantage. So there is a big mountain to climb for them. Essentially the same one that does face the likes of Sevilla here today, except that there's an extra goal between Porto and Juventus at the moment. More is chased back to Chan. He'll get it back. He's going to look into the channel. It's Jude Bellingham running forward. He's going to run himself out of room on the touchline, and it will be a throw-in to Dortmund. So the last touch just going to come off a Sevilla player. Oh, you know what? I just realized my can't do that. I just realized my camera is still way up here. I was moving it around for the last thing I streamed and realized I can make this a little bigger. There we go. Delaney's cross is nodded away. Schultz just going to play this one forward, but it's inaccurate. It's just going to roll out across the touchline. Julian Lopetegui still giving some very animated instructions to his team. Unfortunately for him, he has a player down at the moment. It looks to be Carlos, his center back. So yeah, you remember a couple minutes ago I was saying Carlos was shaking out his right leg. He's clearly feeling something, and now he has gone down onto the turf. So this is a worrying sign for Sevilla. And En-Nesyri also sort of changing a flat tire here on the sideline, but very concerning. Carlos didn't seem to be part of any tackle or physical activity. It just seems to be something that is bothering him. You can see he's looking at his hamstring. It's always a troublesome area for soccer players when you are moving at full speed. So this is the last involvement he had. Bit of a scissoring challenge onto Bellingham. But yeah, nothing in that challenge indicating that he should be in this much discomfort. I think it's been something niggling him since the beginning of the game. He has been shaking that right leg out on numerous occasions. We'll have to see how long or if he can even continue. His play just about to resume. You can see him jogging back towards the center circle. Some more lacing up for En-Nesyri, still working on that flat tire issue. This play will finally be restarted by Buono. See Carlos being prepared to come back on as soon as this one is taken. And he is sent back on by the fourth official. Header won by Sevilla. Looking for a switch of play as Ocampos, but he's unceremoniously brought to ground. He will win his side a free kick for those actions. Now Sevilla swinging it back out onto that right flank where most of their success has come this match, at least up to this point. They move it back to the left. Ocampos dancing around one challenge. He'll swing it over to Conde. Conde's going to drive forward a little bit into the space offered to him. Sorry, I'm opening the wrapper of some dark chocolate here. Cross swung in by Acuna. That one initially cleared away by Dortmund. But it is collected once again by Sevilla, and this has been the story of the game. Dortmund can only get half clearances away before Sevilla quickly take the ball back and restart their attack. That one a little bit too hard from Suso, looking for the crossfield pass. It'll roll out of play for a Dortmund goal kick. But it's more and more pressure being piled on the German side as they try to hold on to this one-goal cushion. More. Lovely run, but the pass not as lovely as he tries to pick out Haaland, but can't connect. Sometimes Dortmund looks a little bit like this. They try to look for Haaland as an outlet option, but when they're not in control of matches, it can be very hard to get it to Erling Haaland, as strong and good as he is. There's multiple defenders that are accounting for him on the counterattack for Sevilla. It's something that punished them last time around, and clearly they have prioritized slowing down Haaland today to great success thus far. Well, I do have to say, this is sort of how the last match started too. The whole first half, I think Haaland had like 5 touches or so, honestly. It was not involved at all. Break time came. He got one chance in the second half, and he absolutely buried Sevilla. So we'll see if he can do it again today. But right now, he's cutting a very forlorn figures. They just cannot settle the game down enough when they have possession to find him. Ball bouncing around a couple of heads before Sevilla, once again, the team to settle possession down. Suso has been upended by De Hood. No card going to be produced, but again, Dortmund just cannot seem to get themselves into the match, onto the ball. It is 110% a Sevilla game at the moment. It's just a question of whether they can create the chance they need to get level on the goals in the aggregate. Again, it's not going to be enough to advance them. They will need 2, but the way they are playing, it looks very, very possible they are completely in control of this second leg match in Germany at the moment. Here's the real issue for them. They need to capitalize because they're running out of time. There's 12 minutes remaining in the half. Rodriguez will set up for this free kick. They're going to go with a little bit of a training ground routine. A back post run comes in from Acuna, but it's sniffed out. The shot is blocked from Rodriguez by his own teammate. And now there might be some room for Dortmund on the counter, but Hazard will be second best to the initial ball. Fernando handling that one well. Acuna gets some space on the left. He's going to cross one in. It bounces dangerously across the 6-yard box. Finds itself all the way over to Suso, who is forced to turn back by early pressure from Delaney. Cross comes back into the back post. A little bit of a head on it from Sevilla. Here's the strike. It's blocked by Chan. Follow-up strike still bouncing around the 18-yard box, and crowded out is Ocampos. The chance has gone for Sevilla, and more frustration for the Spanish side. Look at Erling Haaland doing some work, taking it away from Acuna. Tries to get it over to Royce, but Royce cannot get on that ball, and Haaland is furious with him after making a Herculean effort to win possession back. I mean, look at it there. More than double the passes already completed by Sevilla. But Dortmund may have the first chance, and Dortmund have scored! It's a mistake from Sevilla, and Marco Reus and Erling Haaland are on hand to punish. And after 35 minutes of complete domination from Sevilla, they are the team that crack first. They give up the ball, they give up the goal, and it's Erling Haaland there to punish them once again. 1-0 to Dortmund and 4-2 on aggregate. You can see it here. Conde throws a body in, but it's just a quick turnover on that right flank. Bursting in behind is Royce. It's a brilliant ball from Dahoud to pick him out. Here it is once again, just shoulder to shoulder, Conde. Suso gets stepped on. He stops playing. And Dortmund just quick to punish. It's a lovely ball in behind by Dahoud. Look at the cutback from Royce. He knows exactly where Haaland is going to be running into. There is that man, Erling Haaland. There's no way he's going to miss inside the penalty area. It's a clean finish through the legs of Diego Carlos, and so much good work from Sevilla, just thrown to waste in the 35th minute of play. They are punished by Dortmund once again on a counter situation, and they will be kicking themselves after this match if they cannot turn it around, because that is exactly how they got into the situation in the first place. So solid in the first half in their home stadium in Spain. They give up a couple of chances on the break. Dortmund punish them away. They score 3 away goals, and now looking for another. This pass just a little bit too far for Haaland on this occasion, but Dortmund in such a position of power now. 2 goals to the good on aggregate with the away goal advantage as well. It's going to require a 3-goal turnaround from Sevilla, which can certainly happen against a leaky Dortmund side. But man, oh man, that has to be a huge blow to the morale of the Spanish side. They're trying to turn it around as early as they can, but Suso not going to be able to connect with En-Nesyri. The chance has gone once again, and you can start to see the frustration setting in on the faces of these Dortmund players. Or excuse me, Sevilla players. We look back at the goal. It's just so simple, and it's all too easy for Dortmund. Sevilla just collapsed far too quickly. Conde loses out in a shoulder-to-shoulder challenge with Delaney. Suso decides that he's been hit somewhere, decides to stop playing, and you know, it's just so easy. Schultz just plays it on to Dahoud. Dahoud plays a lovely weighted ball in behind, and Royce is away. Cuts it back brilliantly. It's just all too easy. I mean, you have to be disappointed as the manager, as the fans of Sevilla, to just see your side in such control of a match only to just throw it away in an instant. You know, one challenge not strong enough. Suso certainly not strong enough. And just lack of communication at the back. They just get torn asunder. Now it's Dortmund in possession. They're going to be chased back by Sevilla, who continue to be the side to hold more possession, complete more passes, but not the side ahead on the score sheet today and not the side ahead in the aggregate. This one launched forward by Dortmund. Initial headers won by Haaland. Conde will swing it forward, but it's collected by Delaney. Now More. He's going to drive infield. Plays a nice pass up to De Hood. He lays it into the path of Haaland, who's looking in behind for Royce, but well played by Conde to intercept that intended pass. Now another foul sort of in semi-transition here for Sevilla. And man, I'm not going to have too much sympathy for Sevilla after giving away that goal, but I do feel for them a little bit. This should be a yellow card on Delaney. I mean, it's not a full counterattack, but he knows exactly what he's doing. Throws his shoulder in. He's not trying to get the ball. He's just trying to kill the rhythm, kill the momentum, kill any inkling of a counterattack. And he's not being punished by the referee. Still hasn't received a yellow card. And now the frustration is coming out for Sevilla. Acuna going to throw the ball away after a tackle and a free kick. You can see he takes away from Bellingham. He's frustrated. He just pushes it into Bellingham's chest. The referee having none of it. He'll deal a yellow card out to Acuna for that retaliation. It's always this way in football. Anyone young out there, anyone still playing competitive football, never retaliate. It's never the first one that's going to get called. It's always the second one. You're always going to be punished more than the perpetrator. It sucks, but it is the way it goes. Reached the 40-minute mark in this one. 1-0 lead for Dortmund, courtesy of Erling Haaland. Who else, of course, for this side? Just an absolute titan for the yellow and black. Assist provided by their main man, Marco Reus, man who has stayed with the club throughout all of the good and turbulent times before, during, and after Jurgen Klopp. And Robert Lewandowski, of course. Oh, here is Acuna, freshly in the book for Sevilla. Acuna going to get fouled once again. You can see the frustrations. This is what they're talking about. They keep pestering the referee. They want this to be booked. They need this to be booked, or it's just going to keep happening from Dortmund. You can see the referee has really no interest in their complaints. He continues to just play on. He only is really booking, blatant fouls, counterattacking opportunities. These little nips and knocks are not being called for bookings, and now it's been given away by Sevilla, but they take it right back. Good collapse onto Haaland from them. Don't want to allow him to get steam moving forward. Here's Conde. He'll shift it up the pitch. Suso. Navas. Another cross coming in. Easily headed away by Delaney this time. Hummels this time around. Here is Delaney now. Going to lay it back to Schultz. Schultz will lob one forward, but that's another inaccurate pass from him. It will sail out of play for a throw-in. Oh, yeah, I realized I forgot to write my match report for Manchester City versus Man United. I should probably still do that. Yeah, I should still do that. Okay, we'll do that later. Match reports take a long time to write, guys. I'll be honest. I gave it less credit than it deserved when I initially started writing them and posting them online. It takes a while, especially if you don't do it like during the game. Like I could be typing it right now, but I prefer to stay focused on the game. Speaking of the game, Sevilla inside Dortmund's box, laid to the top of the box. That's Fernando striking. That one does deflect off a Dortmund player. It should be a corner kick. No, it's not a corner kick. Give it a second here. No, it's not a corner kick. So just an inaccurate strike from Fernando. It looked to my eyes to take a slight deflection, but unfortunately for Sevilla, not going to get any sympathy here either. Update on the Porto-Juventus game. Still no new goals. Juventus trailing 3-1 in that series. on aggregate. And man, oh man, it's looking dire for them. You have to wonder what will happen if they do go crashing out of the Champions League at this stage, the round of 16. Not what Juventus would have been expecting at the beginning of the season. Their form in the Serie A also not fantastic. They look for all the world like they're not going to be winning that one, and that would be a disaster for a club that essentially expects to win, assumes they will win the Scudetto and is striving for a Champions League victory. Falling to Porto means you're nowhere near that, and that requires changes at a club of that size. Imagine the first person who would get the axe, of course, would be new manager Andrea Pirlo, followed likely by a couple of the players that have been there or that he has brought in. Ball bouncing around midfield. That is a really poor pass from Dahoud. Bellingham's trying to clean it up for him, and he is going to get a free kick against Fernando. Man, oh man, Sevilla players are so furious with the referee. They just feel they can't get a fair shake at the moment. I'm not exactly sure if it was a foul on Bellingham. He did have multiple bodies around him poking at the ball, so I think it's sort of likely there was a foul there, but I have to have a little sympathy for Sevilla. I think they've been very unfortunate with some of the refereeing decisions in this first half. Two minutes of stoppage time have been put up here by the fourth official. That will be what is added on at the end of this first half. Pass by Conde is deflected. Comes right back to him. He'll pick it up, swing it over to the left-hand side. That's a very lazy pass from Conde. It puts Carlos in some trouble. He does manage to get out of it. Gets the ball over to Acuna, who's now driving forward. Loose touch from him, but he carries on through one challenge, but not through the challenge of Dahoud. And a feral scream coming out from Acuna as that ball rolls out of play. I believe it deflected last off of his own player or himself. You can see it is a throw into Dortmund. Conde goes up, gets bridged by Royce. It's going to be a free kick to Sevilla. We'll see if there's additional action from the referee. Nope, doesn't look to be going to the book. Just a simple free kick. It will give Sevilla a chance right before the end of the half as there's only a minute remaining in stoppage time. You can see here Royce doesn't go up. Clearly makes contact on that hip of Conde, who, falls pretty harshly on that hip. Hopefully he's okay. Here comes the ensuing free kick. It's going to be taken short over to Acuna. He'll set up for a deep cross. This one swung kind of around the penalty spot, goes all the way through to Navas, clips one towards the back post. Waiting there is More. Here's the strike at the top of the box. It's deflected. Cries for handball. Referee not interested. Can't say whether I agree or disagree. I'd have to see that one on a replay. Here we go. Yeah, yeah, no, don't think that's a handball. Dahoud has his back completely turned to the ball as he's basically grappling for position with one of the Sevilla players. And yep, no check gonna be issued, and halftime has arrived. So despite all of their good work, all of their positive play, all of their control of the match, Sevilla find themselves down 1-0, courtesy of Erling Haaland in the 35th minute of play, leaving them adrift 4-2 on aggregate, requiring 3 goals to escape the round of 16 and move on to the quarterfinals. Dortmund, for all the world, look like they will be moving on. Just 45 minutes between them and that quarterfinal berth. We'll see if there are any changes made or if Sevilla can get themselves back into the match after this halftime break. All right, thanks for tuning in. Hope you've enjoyed the first half of coverage. I'm going to go take a quick run to the restroom, grab some water. I will be back with some analysis of that first half and some talk about the greater state of affairs in just a couple of minutes. Thanks again for watching, and don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. All right, everybody, we have returned. Let's talk a little bit about how that first half went. And let me just start by saying that, man, that's disappointing. Like, I've been in games like that before because in college we were one of the better teams in our division. And it's just like, Sevilla were the better team the entire half. Like, better possession, better control, chances, decent chances. Not great. I wouldn't say great chances, but like decent chances. Just piling pressure on Dortmund. Dortmund just absorbs it. You know, as much as like throwing crosses in the box creates pressure and makes things hard on defenses, if you have a bunch of tall people that are really good in the air, it's not that effective, right? I mean, you can recall even like 6 or 7 years ago when David Moyes was still the coach of Manchester United, they played a game against Fulham where they threw a bunch of crosses. I think it was some record, like 70 crosses in a match or something. And they threw them into Philip Senderos, and I can't even remember the name of the other guy who was partnered with him, but Philip Senderos is like 6'4", and the other guy was like 6'6". Center backs. Didn't score a goal. What do you know? Like, you're going to throw 70 crosses into two guys who literally feast on crosses. And I just don't think Sevilla has the personnel to be scoring these crosses. Like, En-Nesyri is really the only guy who can do it. And he just seems outmatched aerially by both the center backs, Can and Hummels, and the fact that Dortmund are set up to defend deep. So there's extra help in all of these crosses. More's there, Delaney's there, Bellingham's there. Like, so as good as these crosses are and like creating pressure, they're just not getting anything out of them. But I mean, then to concede the way you did, it's just heartbreaking. Like, they know they were the better side. That's why they're so frustrated, right? That's why they're yelling at the referee about yellow cards and fouls and stuff, because Dortmund was nicking them, was leaving a little bit extra in challenges, like breaking up counterattacks that weren't like full counterattacks, for playing the dark side of the game as much as they possibly could. They absolutely were. There's no denying it. And so that combined with the fact that Sevilla recognized that they were playing better, they were playing really well, that they were the better side, and they couldn't score, and they couldn't get anything done, and then you concede. Oh, it's just devastating. And the concession was so weak. I mean, Conde like goes in like half-heartedly into this shoulder challenge with Delaney, loses out because Delaney wants it more. Delaney like bounces off of Suso, who like, I don't know if he got stepped on or something, but he like just kind of grabs his arm and just like kind of half crumples, doesn't decide to get back. And it's so simple. Like, one little layoff to Schultz, he throws it forward to Dahoud, and it's just like the fact that they didn't win the ball back like turned everyone's brains on Sevilla off. Like, oh no, we haven't gotten calls all half, and like he didn't call it again. Like, oh no, like woe is us. And like all of a sudden Royce is just running in behind you, and he cuts it back to Holland, who's never gonna miss. And now you're down 4-2, and you're screwed. You're screwed. Like, you're screwed. And once they're screwed after all of the extra stuff that happened, the fact that they were playing well but couldn't score, the fact that they were getting fouled a lot and couldn't score, the fact that they were already losing in the tie and couldn't score, you just see it coming out. They're all frustrated. They're all furious. As we would say in the gaming community, Sevilla, their manager, everyone at Sevilla, very tilted right now. Extremely tilted. And they're really going to have to figure it out, because you can't play that way against a team as good as Dortmund, particularly coming from behind. You've got to be calm about your approach. You can't start flying into tackles and doing things differently. Like, if you have a game plan, you got to play to the game plan. If the game plan's not working, you can adjust it now at halftime. And I do hope that they stop throwing in as many crosses as they were, but you can't come out emotionally. Acuna was the biggest perpetrator. I mean, throwing the ball against Bellingham's chest, getting himself booked for no reason, then, loses out on a challenge that bounces off him for a throw-in, just a random throw-in, and he just like screaming at the top of his lungs in like rage. Like, that's weakness. Like, and Dortmund can see it. They know it. They know they've got this in the bag now, and you've got to change that. You've got to take a deep breath, approach your game plan, and just work on getting that first goal, because the first goal can breathe life into you, right? You've been playing better than Dortmund. If you can get the first goal, if you can get a couple of chances, floodgates can open. It's happened before. And Dortmund are not exactly a defensively... They're not exactly the best defensive side in Europe, so... I wouldn't count Sevilla out, but it looks very dire because for a side as experienced in Europe as Sevilla is, they basically just got played for fools in that first half. Just so naive. Like, all in your favor, all going your way, can't get the goal, can't figure out how to break Dortmund down, and then you just get slapped on a counterattack. Like, good night. Just brutal. All right, teams are coming back out, so we're just about to get started in the second half. We'll see if they have it about them to turn this around. My personal thought is no, they don't. But yeah, I would like to see potentially a personnel change in the 50th minute or so, honestly, like 10 minutes max, and get a new player. And I think for me, it would be a Nasiri. He hasn't necessarily done anything wrong. He just hasn't been involved. And I think he's the target for their crosses, but I think they should stop crossing. I think they should probably be going with a false 9. Dortmund want to be in an aerial battle. They want to be in a physical battle. They want to be sunk deep, right? Which cuts space for a striker to run into. I would play with a false 9 and try to create something through the middle, create something a little cheeky. A little, small passes, something like that. But I just don't think the crossing angle is working. No matter how many you throw in, it just doesn't look like it's working. So, have to see, though. Second half is underway. Dortmund going to look long with their initial ball. Quickly won back by Sevilla. Down goes, I believe, Rodriguez. Good step in by Conde to take this one away. He's going to drive forward, but his pass towards the end of the series is going to miss, and Dortmund will just send it back to their goalkeeper. Now it comes out to Schultz. He'll launch one long up the line. I think Haaland is going to be offside. Yeah, I saw the referee on the far side. He wanted to call the playback, but then remembered what he's supposed to do. Here's the shot. It's going to go just wide from Hazard, and there's no way this is not offside. Wow, he might just be onside, actually. That's crazy. Oh, what? Okay. I have a very serious issue with what I just saw. Let's finish the play out. Haaland gets a deflected cross to the other side of the box. Hazard comes in on his left foot, tries to curl it back to the left-hand side of the goal. Hold on here as Dortmund coming forward once again. Reverse pass looking for Haaland. Bounces off of Conde. He makes a brave sliding challenge to poke it away from the onrushing Bellingham to keep that one out. So I have a huge problem with what I just saw from the referees. So the referees are trained today because of VAR to not raise their flag on a close play. Right? Which that was upon looking at the replay. It was pretty close. It was actually closer than I thought it was going to be. But the referee, you saw him in the replay, the assistant referee on the far side. You saw him see Haaland and you saw him stop. You saw him start to run back and then stop and start to bring his flag up and then remembered like halfway through the motion, like, oh wait, I'm not supposed to do this. I'm supposed to let VAR do it. And then kept running. That's not good. Here's Sevilla coming forward. Fernando gets this one poked off of him by Royce. Delaney. Nice little ball into the feet of Dahoud. Oh, there's a lot of space for Erling Haaland here. Driving in from the left flank. He's going to lay it off to the top of the box for Thorgan Hazard. He gives it back to Haaland. Bursts over. Carlos gets the strike away and it's in! Erling Haaland has done it again! What can this man not do for Borussia Dortmund? An absolute monster. Just bullying Fernando inside the box and scoring from what seemed to be an impossible angle. We'll take a look at this one again, but this is exquisite from Haaland. It's Dahoud turning. He gets the space. He just slings it into Haaland's path. He's got the steam. He comes forward, lays it to Hazard. Hazard gives it back to him, and look at the shoulder. Just bullies Fernando. Fernando wants a foul, but he just gets absolutely manhandled by Haaland, runs through him, and then from such a tough angle as the goalkeeper Buono comes out, Haaland makes absolutely no mistake. It's beautifully lofted into the side netting in the far side of the goal. Nothing Buono can do about it. Erling Haaland is an unstoppable scoring machine for Borussia Dortmund, and he's done it again today to all but seal this result and Borussia Dortmund's berth into the quarterfinals. We will see if this holds up on VAR review. That is the only question. Will this be a foul on Fernando by Haaland? Referee's going to go take a check. I have to say, typically when referees go and take a check, they end up reversing the call. That's what I've found over a lot of Premier League games. You see Oscar over here, Rodriguez, trying to take a look at it too. He's saying this has to be a foul. Yeah, man, you don't get to make the decision. Just walk away. Nobody cares what you think. Of course you think it's a foul. Why are we looking at a completely separate incident from the VAR right now? What is even happening? Why am I looking at a completely separate replay? What the literal... Oh! What is happening? You wonder why people hate VAR. Meanwhile, Juventus have equalized, by the way. Chiesa just scored for Juventus. Okay, so I'll get to the Chiesa goal in a second, but let me just explain what just happened. So they reviewed the Haaland goal to see if he fouled Fernando in the build-up inside the box. The referee decreed that he did indeed foul Fernando upon second review. They called the goal back, but now they're awarding a penalty to Dortmund for a shirt tug that Conde had on Haaland literally like 2 minutes before the second goal went in. Like, I barely even remember this play. That's how long ago it was. And they reviewed that on the review of the Haaland goal to call a penalty for Dortmund. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. What? Just get rid of it. It's disgusting, man. How is this a thing? Haaland gonna step up here, strikes it, and it's saved. Follow-up is saved, and it's gonna stay out. Sevilla now at the other end, going to get crowded out, but my word, this is justice for me at the very least, because this was never a penalty and it didn't matter. Oh no. So this was a great save down to his left-hand side from Yassine Bono. Oh no, they're going to call him off his line. Let me see. Yeah, he does. Okay, so we're going to retake the penalty. It was a lovely save from Buono. You can see here, both of his feet clearly come off the line. Gets a good hand on it, pushes it onto the post, rises well to block the second strike. You can see he's off the line, but he does save onto the post, then gets up quickly, saves with the right hand. But yeah, it's going to come back. Both feet are off the line. That is the rule. And it's going to be retaken. So will be Erling Haaland once again stepping up from the spot with a chance to make it 2 for Dortmund on the day and 5-2 on aggregate. Here he goes. Haaland, same side and almost the same result, but this time around Bono cannot keep it out. It is Erling Haaland with his second. Wow, this is contentious. My, oh my. This game is just getting out of hand. And you can see why. So, after the goal, Erling Haaland sprinted to celebrate, but he left a little bit of afters for the goalkeeper. As he was running to the touchline, he looked down and yelled at the goalkeeper, kind of stood over him and taunted him, basically. And it's because after the first one was saved, the camera pans away, of course, because we got to follow the ball, but Bono yelled at Haaland. He basically walked up to Haaland and taunted him like, yeah, I got you. I saved your shot, this and that. And so upon scoring, Haaland is giving it back to him, and Sevilla are not happy about this. So they tried to follow Haaland after the goal. They tried to shove him to the ground. And a yellow card has been assessed to Haaland for the taunt. I believe it's also been assessed to Bono. And yeah, just what a nightmare. What a nightmare. Meanwhile, Juventus, as I mentioned, have equalized the match through Federico Chiesa. And now it looks like a red card is being assessed to Mehdi Taremi of Porto in that match. So Juventus are going to be a player up with about 37 minutes left. I believe it was a second yellow card for Baremi. We'll take a look here. Chests it down, boots it away. Wow, he got a second. Oh no, he got a second yellow for kicking the ball away after the whistle had gone. This is Robin van Persie vibes all over. Meanwhile, Sevilla inside Borussia Dortmund's box. Going to go to ground, but that one will go behind for a goal kick. I gotta hear what's happening in this match, actually. My, oh my. This is, I mean, we're just going to get into another VAR rant here. I'm just going to keep it short, but like, this is why VAR needs to go. I mean, I don't even care. Like, how frustrating is this match for everyone watching now? Like honestly, I don't care. Like, I don't care that Conde tugged his shirt inside the box. Here's a chance for Sevilla, actually. It's a nice little back heel, but not enough contact from En-Nesyri to trouble hits. Once again, this match is just, it's done. It's done and dusted. Dortmund are on to the quarterfinals. I'll get back into the casting after I get the short rant over, but VAR has just ruined this game. It's ruined this game. Like, Sevilla are furious. They've been completely wronged all game long, whether justly or not, whether objective to the rules or not. They've gotten screwed over and over and over again. The game has been just completely thrown off the rails because of this VAR review. You review the Haaland goal, fine, makes sense. Like, great, okay, like, check whether he fouled. Oh boy, Juventus almost equalized. It comes off the post. There's a ton of action happening in both these games. Cross being swung in here now by Sevilla from the far side. It's going to be a foul on hits, I think. I think referee just going to allow it to play on as Dortmund have picked up possession. There's a mistake by Morey. Will give it away. A shot on target. Hits will beat that one away. Here's Navas looking for another cross. Onto his left foot. Top of the box now. Cunha will swing one in. Headed away by Hummels. Nice crossfield pass from Suso. Picked up by Ocampos. We'll try a little layoff. It will arrive at the feet of Rodriguez. Cuts it back. Ball swung in. Deflected. Bouncing around the box. Campos wants a strike, but he gets there second behind. I believe that is Dahoud clearing that one away. Double change about to be made for Sevilla. I do like the aggressive changes. Papu Gomez is being introduced alongside, I believe, Siem de Jong. Jordan will be withdrawn. Papu Gomez comes in for him. And the other player that will be withdrawn for Sevilla is Siem. It's Lucas Ocampos who will be taken off. Sorry, it's Luke de Jong coming on for Sevilla. So what we see here is sort of the two sides of refereeing. Both the reasons that we wanted to install VAR and the reasons that VAR sucks. So what we see in the Juventus-Porto match, Taremi was sent off for a second yellow card. The second yellow was because after the referee had blown a whistle for offsides or foul or whatnot, he kind of booted the ball in a half, like basically like taking a shot on goal from like 30 yards out, right? He just like tried to loft the keeper for no real reason. And the referee just decides to say, hey, you played on after the play. I'm giving you a second yellow and ruining this game because that's what you're doing. Like, why do you need to send a player off for kicking, like, unless it's truly like a blatant kick at someone or like just like pure fury, like booting the ball 1,000 yards into the stands. He shot it on target, right? Like, I don't care if it wasn't a shot or if he was shooting it from 30. You're in a Champions League you're in a Champions League round of 16 match. Hold on here. Suso cutting in on his left foot. He's going to have a strike. It deflects off a couple of Dortmund players before being cleared. So you're in a Champions League quarterfinal. You've earned a yellow card. You're Taremi. This ball just bounces to you. There's a foul called. You just decide to have a hit at goal from 30 yards out. Because why not? It doesn't really matter. Does it really matter to the flow of the match? Does it really matter to anyone watching the game, involved in the game? No. Apparently, the only person it matters to is the center referee, who says, hey, you know what? I'm not liking you today. I don't like what you just did. You're getting a second yellow. I'm going to ruin this game for you and your team because you kicked the ball after the whistle. Are you kidding me? What is that horse crap? Like, that's BS. That's stupid. Why would you do that? You're ruining the game for something that doesn't matter. He didn't bring a player down. He didn't stop a counterattack. He didn't elbow someone. He didn't he didn't do anything. And you kill Porto now. You shoot them in the freaking foot. I don't want to hear any you shot yourself in the foot. You didn't. It doesn't matter. Kicking the ball into the stands or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. It's not wasting time. It literally does not matter. And you're punishing this team. You're literally shooting them in the back in a match that they're winning against a massive club, Juventus, a tie that they're winning because someone kicked the ball after the whistle. Like, you've got to be kidding me with how stupid that is. That's stupid. So that's that part of refereeing, which is the reason that we want VAR. So that, hey, maybe that referee, after taking a deep breath and maybe not being an asshole to this guy, can walk over to the scoreboard or get at someone in his ear and say, hey, man, this is really unnecessary. And say, you know what? You're right. I screwed up. This is unnecessary. I'm going to rescind that yellow card, and you, Mr. Taremi, can continue to play. Because that makes sense. Right? And it's not that interruptive to the match. If someone just in his ear says, hey man, you either should take a short look at this or you should just reverse it. Because I think you screwed this one up. Right? Because referees can screw up and that's fine. or big offsides. What we don't want VAR to do is ruin the goddamn game, which is what we're seeing in this Sevilla match. I mean, come on, dude. You're going to review a goal that's scored, which does make sense, to see if Haaland fouled this guy. Fair, fine, sure, you want to get that right. Another decent chance for Sevilla, by the way. Good save by Hitz down to his left. It's Papu Gomez already involved in the play. Not sure if this deflected slightly. Nope, just a good strike from him. It is on target. Hitz has to save it. Review it. Get it right. Whatever. Don't take 1,000 years to do it, but you do that. And then while you're doing that, someone in your ear is telling you to review a play from 4 minutes ago, from 3 minutes ago, from 2 that literally everyone in the world has forgotten about. Like, unless that play from 3 minutes ago was someone literally getting their ankle sliced off or a clear penalty that you effed up on, why does anyone care? Nobody cares. All you have done by reviewing that call and awarding this penalty is ruin the entire tempo of this match because it took you 6 minutes to do it. B, pissed off every Sevilla player and fan in the entire world because now they feel completely wronged as Ronaldo has equalized in Turin. Chiesa has equalized in Turin. It's 3-3 on aggregate, and this one will be going to overtime. This is despicable. So you ruin the match with 6 minutes, 6 minute break. You piss off every Sevilla player and fan and just tilt them even further. Not to mention it gets called back for the whole keeper goal line rule, which is a more objective rule. I get that. That's fine. Whatever. His feet weren't on the line. It was pretty clear. That's the rule. We can argue about the rule later. Here's a corner kick coming in from Royce, headed away at the near post. And also what you're like, honestly, and I hate to say this because I don't believe in conspiracy theories. I don't believe in any of this BS. But this is the kind of crap that makes people believe that there are conspiracies for big clubs. I mean, Sevilla have been brutalized by this guy today. Even if he's gotten every VAR decision right by the book, they have all gone against Sevilla. He has not called any fouls or yellow cards against Dortmund for their clear efforts to disrupt Sevilla's possession throughout this game. He hasn't. That's infuriating. It is. And so this guy just whether he's doing it on purpose or not, is just toying with this team that is clearly an underdog to Dortmund, and they're getting shellacked because of it. And now they're tilted off the face of the earth and they can't play it. They're not playing anymore, right? They're doing their best now with the 2 substitutions. Honestly, I think they're doing better than I would have expected as we have Paslick coming on for Thorgan Hazard. So you ruin this game for the viewer and for one team and make it look suspicious. And then in the other game, you got Juventus about to crash out of Europe in the round of 16. And you hand out arbitrarily this random ass red card for nothing. You are literally fueling conspiracy theories with this BS. Get a grip. This is insane what I'm watching in these two matches. Okay, that was a little bit longer of a rant than I thought. Hit's going to come out and collect this one, but it looks like this might be a penalty. Emre Can actually going to get a yellow card for dragging down Luke de Jong inside the box. And finally, Sevilla are going to have a lifeline in this game. Let's take a look at the replay as Papu Gomez already so involved. And yeah, it's a clear little shove on Luke de Jong from Emre Can. You can see it here. He gets a little bit of extension. De Jong goes down under the contact. And yeah, I have to agree with the referee on this one. It looks fairly clear from my side. I think the referee has a very good angle at this. And yeah, Emre Can deserves the yellow, deserves the penalty kick. And Sevilla will have a chance to bring this one a little bit closer. Of course, do not forget, they still need to score a full 3 goals to force this to overtime. But this can be a good start in the 68th minute. Fernando from the spot. Up against Hitz. Sorry, it is En-Nesyri. My apologies. En-Nesyri. Here he comes. Striking. It's off the bar, but it goes down into the net. Very confident penalty from En-Nesyri. And Sevilla have their lifeline. 2-1 on the night in favor of Dortmund. Now 5-3 on aggregate. And Sevilla do still require 2 more goals. But after getting their first in a match that, again, they have largely been the better side, they might take some confidence, some hope from this chance, from this goal, and try to move towards, at the very least, an overtime. Now here is Schultz on the throw-in from the restart. It's going to look long. This one will go over the top of Conde, who ends up back on the ground once again. Free kick going to be assessed against Borussia Dortmund. I believe it's Bellingham is the one who fouled Conde. There is Youssef En-Nesyri, his 5th goal in the last 8 matches. Very nice return for the Sevilla striker. Conde. Carlos. Cunha. Into the feet of, I believe that's Papu Gomez, but it bounces back off of him. Does end up back with Sevilla as they regain possession once again very quickly. Here's Navas trying to make headway up the right flank once again, being harried by Paslick, and no foul call just yet as Navas is elected to play on. I think he probably would have gotten one had he stayed on the ground. He's going to get some space, but Paslick does well to get a foot in. He will deflect that cross out for a throw-in. Now it's Delaney who's alert to the throw-in. He'll go down under the pressure, and this is going to be trouble. You can see once again the hotheads of Sevilla, and this is more of the appropriate offense, I would say, than the one we saw in the Porto game. It's Rodriguez who gets called for fouling Delaney. He doesn't like the call. He's furious about it, and he absolutely boots the ball into the stanchions. I mean, it is a foul. I don't know what he's mad about. He's clearly reaching to get it done, or to try to get the ball. He clearly clips Delaney. He's furious with the call. He just boots the ball right off the stanchions in obvious frustration with the referee's call. Yeah, that's a yellow card. Yeah, caution him. Like, please. But again, do I think that would be deserving of a red and ruin the game? Probably not. For anyone who, anyone wants to argue, that yellow card fouls should be the same as red card fouls, sure, yeah, great, but that's not reality. Anyone who's ever played competitive soccer knows that's not reality. The having no caution to a yellow card, basically gap or requirement to get a yellow card is much, much lower. The threshold is just much lower than it is to get a yellow to red, because in truth and fairly to them, most referees don't want to ruin the game. Right? Giving someone a caution doesn't ruin anything. You know, if he gets cautioned and misses the next leg for kicking a ball against the stanchion, well, yeah, that's his problem. You know, whatever. That's something you can think about, but it's not ruining the game at hand. And so it's easy for refs to pass that off. And that's just reality. That goes from amateur all the way up through professional levels. You see it all the time. And I can't really blame referees, because the rewards for doing I'm sitting here talking about criticizing them for ruining the game, right? The rewards for throwing out red cards are just not worth the risks to a lot of them. Which is why it's so surprising to me that the guy in the Porto game is sending off this guy for literally just not even in frustration. He's not even mad at the referee. He didn't do what Rodriguez just did. He didn't yell out in rage and then punt the ball off the stanchions. No, he just kicked the ball. Okay, whatever, dude. Cross coming in. Hitz actually going to get a hand onto that. I'm not exactly sure why. There was no chance that anyone from Sevilla got on to that cross, and instead we'll just gift a corner over to the Spanish side. Will be Acuna running it over to the far corner. He'll be swinging this one as an outswinger. Luke de Jong, once again, center of attention on these set plays. Delaney, the man marking him. Here comes the corner kick. De Jong will get his head on it, but cannot keep it down. Will go over the top for a goal kick and be spared his blushes after giving away an unnecessary corner. Yeah, there's that cross from Suso. Yeah, you can see there's just literally no one in the area. Everyone's calling for it to be safe, and Hitz just palms it out. See, his teammates are like, dude, why? Bit of a miscue from More, but it won't amount to much as he does have the rest of it cleaned up by Chad. Now Holland battling it out with Carlos for possession. Carlos will just clip it back over his head, and the rest of his teammates do manage to clean up the clearance. Headed forward by Delaney, bouncing around between Paslick and Holland. Now Paslick going to be called for a foul on Conde. Be a free kick to Sevilla. Still 2-1 in favor of Juventus over in the other leg. So 3-3 on aggregate. That game at the moment is headed to overtime if it finishes with the same scoreline. I suppose extra time. Apologies for my Americanisms. Sometimes, as much as I watch European soccer and hate the MLS, sometimes my Americanisms slip in there. So I do apologize if those are, obnoxious. Here's Conde. Lovely pass through the legs of Paslick from Jesus Navas. Wants it back, but it's a little bit too slow from Suso. We'll have to recycle this one. Cunha. Papu Gomez. Man with the assist for that penalty goal scored by En-Nesyri. Has been very involved since his introduction in the 58th minute. There's a strike coming in from deep outside the 18-yard box. That is sliced terribly, so bad that it actually ends up being a decent pass over to the right-hand corner. Comes back to Papu Gomez. He gets a couple yards of space, gets a cross away. That one flicked out by Hummels. Now here's Acuna. Trying to get some room to work, but he gets absolutely stuffed by Marco Reus. He's going to lay it forward to Holland, plays it back to him. Doesn't have a lot of room, so he cuts it back to Holland, who will drive inside. He gets absolutely taken down as he gets it over to Dahoud. Pass deflected, sliding challenge from Fernando will be a second foul, and he's going to get a yellow card for at least one of these, whether it's the one on Haaland or the one on Bellingham. Yeah, okay, yeah, definitely the one on Bellingham. That is not a nice challenge. That is pretty not good, I would say. Rush of blood to the head there from Fernando. Not sure who else I'm not sure who was responsible for taking Holland down, but they could potentially get booked as well, as Holland is still down on the turf. Taking some time to get back to his feet. Now they're calling the training staff out. Let's take a look. Looks like it was Carlos. Oh, yeah, he just gets an arm on the face there from Carlos, who steps in his path. Ow, that definitely hurt a lot. Yeah, okay. He also did get a yellow card, so I think this is some of the first good work the referee's done all afternoon. Diego Carlos will get booked for breaking up the counterattack initially. Fernando will get booked for his challenge on Bellingham, and I do think those are both appropriate calls. I also think he got the penalty right, so congrats for turning it around in the second half a little bit, I guess. Still have a lot of questions about how this game has been refereed, if I'm being honest. Has not been the most impressive display of game management that I have ever seen. That's for sure. But hey, he's starting to move himself away from the territory of the guy in charge of this Porto Juventus game. Holland is finally back on his feet after receiving a little bit of treatment. will be a free kick in a pretty decent spot for Dortmund. So we are into the almost the 79th minute. And a substitution about to be made. It's going to be Oliver coming in for Sevilla. He will be coming on for Rodriguez. So Oliver Torres is on. Rodriguez is off as this free kick is being set up for Dortmund. Be clipped in towards the back post. Holland is there, but it's well marshaled by Carlos. Bounces out to pass like he slings it back in the box, headed away. And now an attempted half volley from Marco Reus is pretty poorly sliced. It was always going to be tricky to get that one on target, and it will go behind for a goal kick. Cunha. Bit of a tricky pass for Gomez, who's collapsed on by two Dortmund players. Will win his side of throw-in. Still a 2-goal cushion for Borussia Dortmund. 10 minutes remaining in this match. All it will take for them to advance to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. There's a bit of a loose touch from Holland. Bouncing around a couple of heads. It's Bellingham picking up possession. He'll move it forward and gets clattered. Should be a free kick. Fernando is exasperated to say the least, but I do think this is a foul. You can see Bellingham gets a touch, and whether it's him or Carlos, there's just no way that Bellingham can get to the ball. They're obstructing his path to it, so I do think it has to be a free kick. Here comes that free kick. Bit of an acrobatic effort there from Bellingham and almost gets that one on target. That ball was well behind him. He sort of had to reach to go for a bicycle kick of sorts and got very nice contact on it. It's really not that far away. It's an excellent effort from the American, but not quite enough. And now Sevilla with some room to work on the other end. And the Siri looks in field. Bouncing around from Oliver, and it's taken away. I don't know why my Siri is activating at the moment. Lols. Now Dortmund trying to push through a couple of challenges. A sliding challenge from Bellingham will get a piece of the ball, but that rolls it all the way back into the path of Bueno. Now it's Acuna making inroads down the far flank. This one comes over to Conde. Suso. Papu Gomez. Carlos. Suso. Out to the right-hand side for Navas. Takes a touch. Swings one in towards the back post. Open is Papu Gomez. He settles it on the chest. Turn and strike. It's blocked. Still bouncing around the Dortmund box. Gomez will lay it back. Fernando out to the right-hand side. It's Navas again. Looking for that cross. It's whipped across the 6-yard box, but it hits. Is alert. Comes out of off his line to pick that one up. Nice goalkeeping from the Dortmund shot stopper. But another good attack from Sevilla. Now, Dortmund players ended up on the turf, but they do have possession for the moment, although Paslick will lose out in the challenge with Fernando. It's going to be a throw in to Sevilla. It's going to go all the way back to Carlos. Conde. Acuna. I'm going to have a very aggressive tweet. come out later after this game about these refereeing performances. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, and here's a bad turnover from the likes of Sevilla. It's sprung in Dortmund. It's a 4v2 at the moment. Here's Royce sending it over to Haaland. He lays it off at the top of the box. Inside the box is the strike. And great save from Bueno to keep Sevilla in the tie. Dahoud not able to slot that one home. It was a bit of a scuffed effort from Dortmund, who honestly should have done better with that 4-on-2. In the end, Dahoud does get the space to get a strike away, but there's not enough power, and Bueno, strong right hand to punch that one away. Still a large mountain to climb with just 6 minutes remaining in regulation plus stoppage time for Sevilla to score 2 more goals. Nonetheless, Bueno does keep the hope alive after that penalty was converted by En-Nesyri to give them the initial lifeline. It's the sort of things that happens when you fall this far behind in a Champions League tie. Multiple lifelines need to be strung together for you to get out of the tie. There's a ball in behind. This one intended for Fernando. It will stay in play. Fernando's cross is deflected. Should go behind for a corner kick. I believe Sevilla's 5th of the match. Ocampos shouting encouragement to his team from the bench. Was subbed off earlier for Papu Gomez. I'm just going to check something really quick as couple more changes going to be made. Ivan Rakitic coming on. So is Munir El Haddadi. And it was, it was Luke de Jong that came on for Ocampos. Gomez came on for, I believe it was, Jordan. Good reminder, sorry. We just haven't seen a whole lot of Luke de Jong outside. The penalty is a chance for Sevilla, beaten away by hits off the corner. Slung back into the box. Up goes Haaland to nod this one away. Still with Papu Gomez. He'll clip one back in. Dortmund sticking to their markers well. Conde throws a leg up. Haaland heads it away. Now he's chasing down the much smaller Gomez. And there is a free kick that will be assessed against Carlos for a very clumsy challenge. That will spell the end of the opportunity. Once again, Rakitic in now for Fernando. And Munir El Haddadi introduced in favor of Suso. There's Hits punching away that flicked header. So all 5 changes now have been made. All 5 offensive changes for the likes of Sevilla. They know where they stand. They still need 2 goals. Still searching for them. Oh, shoot. I minimize my stream. Oh, wow. Shoot. Sorry. My apologies. I got a message from my boss. Here's Rakitic. Cross swung in by Navas. That one's going to escape everybody at the back post. Go all the way through to Marco Reus. He'll look forward for Haaland, who does check in to receive this ball. Forced to go back to Emre Can. Will dribble forward. Still has a little bit of room to work with before sliding it over to Schultz. Paslick wants it over the top. This is easily read by Kund. He'll keep that one in. Falls to Dahoud. Paslick nods it over to Bellingham. Bellingham flicks it back over to Paslick. Paslick just going to run it into the corner. We are in 87.5 minutes. He's trying to win a corner but cannot do so. Cleared away up the near touchline. Initial header is won by Delaney. Kept in play by Schultz. Delaney will pick out Dahoud. Has plenty of time now. Starts to drive inside. He wants to have a strike. He'll put it on target. It's punched away by Bono. Clearance completed. But that one goes straight out of play for a Dortmund throw, and that will allow them to make a change. It is Zagadou coming on for Schultz, a defensive reinforcement for Dortmund in the dying stages of this match and this overall Champions League tie. Here's Paslick. Oh, sorry, I minimized the other match. Let's see what's going on. Still 3-3 over in the other match. 2-1 on the night. 3-3 on the series. The Sevilla managed to escape the pressure in this corner. Nicely played by Oliver there. The clearance only as far as Delaney. His touch a little bit loose. Allows Oliver to swing it forward to end the series. He'll just keep this one in play. Should have won a throw-in off of Paslick, and he does. Quickly in now to Torres. Oliver is taken down. It's going to be a free kick, I believe, to Sevilla. Here is Ivan Rakitic standing over this one. Going to be swung in. Out comes Hits. He gets a fist to it. Knocks that one away. Only as far as Gomez. His cross is poor. It's cleared completely away now by Zagadou. Gomez. This one will be thrown back. Just about to hit the end of regulation. 5 seconds remaining. We'll find out what the stoppage time is. I imagine it'll be relatively long, and it is. 6 minutes of stoppage time have been allotted by the fourth official. Now into the first of those. A cross comes in from Neves, initially deflected, and that's a nasty challenge coming in, I believe, from Oliver. No, sorry, that is Munir El Haddadi, who went up to challenge alongside Chan, and I'm sorry, that's Delaney. Yeah, you can just see kind of clips Delaney as he comes through on the head. It's a little bit of the body into him too, and that sends the defensive midfielder to the ground. Juventus match a couple of minutes behind us. They still have a minute and a half remaining in regulation. They will likely have a decent amount of stoppage time as well due to the Taremi incident. Sevilla still need 2 goals to force this match to overtime or to extra time. Good reading by Hummels. He comes forward to intercept the pass. Now Bellingham has it at his feet. He's going to try to play it off Conde. It's going to come back off of Bellingham last. It's a throw into Sevilla. 4.5 minutes of stoppage time remaining. Oh, sorry. It's actually wait. I lied. There's 11 minutes. Oh no. Yeah, no. There's a minute left. Sorry, I'm trolling myself in that Juventus match. Another foul on Sevilla. I believe it might have been Munir again, as this time it is Hummels down on the turf clutching his face. And it is Munir again. Yeah, this time he goes in with the boot trying to get to that ball before Hummels does. He doesn't get there. Certainly is a high boot. Going to be a foul. Not sure if he clipped Hummels or not. Don't see any blood, but nevertheless, certainly a high boot into the head of Hummels. Nice leap coming in from Rakitic to win the header on the ensuing free kick. Now here's El Haddadi. He'll shift it out to Acuna. Acuna will drive it forward. In the series, tries to flick it wide to Munir, but can't connect with his newly introduced striker. That ball worked up a tight line on that far side, and oh my, that's going to be a free kick. Or no, did it just roll out for a throw-in? Bit of a slow flag raised by the assistant referee on this far side for a Dortmund throw, and Sevilla had already taken it, assuming it was theirs. There's that throw from Dortmund. Comes right back off Acuna. Three minutes into 6 minutes of stoppage time. We also have 5 minutes of stoppage time in the Juventus-Porto match. As I imagine, that one going to be very, very long. As Holland just happy to flick this one out of play for a Sevilla throw. They want to keep him pinned in the corner. Lovely footwork to clear this one away, but it will just be nodded back by Zagadou to hit. He'll take his time as pressure comes from En-Nesyri. En-Nesyri trying to count the seconds at the moment. As Hitz, of course, in no rush to get this one started. He will punt it long now. Looking towards Holland. Conde gets the header down. Sevilla trying to collect possession. Conde slings this one forward into the feet of Luuk de Jong, who's managed to hold on to it, gets it back one more time. He slides it over to Navas. Navas with plenty of space. Here comes the cross. It deflects off of Paslick. Goes out for a corner kick. One of the last opportunities for Sevilla here. They'll run over quickly to this near side. But a change being made by Dortmund to slow down the tempo. It's Meunier coming on for More, who is still on that yellow card. Just looking to eat the remainder of the stoppage time. 1.5 minutes remaining for Sevilla. Again, they need 2 goals, not just 1, to keep this tie alive. So Thomas Meunier will run into his position as the corner is being prepared. Rakitic is the man to take it from this near corner. In comes that one. It's headed away. I believe that one was Hummels. Papu Gomez. Swung in by Rakitic. Oh, it's a free header and it's a goal from Sevilla. That one is En-Nesyri, his second of the match. And just a spark of hope for the Spanish side is an absolutely free header on a brilliant cross from Ivan Rakitic. Look at this ball. Just swung in at the perfect height. The leap from En-Nesyri is brilliant. And the header is perfectly guided. It's literally in the upper 90 on the right-hand side of Hitz's goal. That is brilliant stuff from En-Nesyri. And he's given his team just the slightest shred of hope. 1 minute remaining now. Just 20 seconds even for them to keep their Champions League dreams alive. Can they do it, or will Dortmund manage to hold on and move on to the quarterfinals? We will find out in the next few seconds of this one. Sent long, Luuk de Jong gets a flicked header. It's partially cleared, only as far as Gomez. Acuna. He's going to send one into the box. Flicked on. Nodded down to the top. Ivan Rakitic out to Navas. He's closed down by Paslick. Onto his right foot, gets the cross away. Header down inside the box. It's Rakitic. Slides it over to Carlos. Oh, and it's finally poked away by Dortmund. Still not fully cleared. Acuna over to the left-hand side, clipped in towards the back, and Hitz will catch easily, and that will be the end most likely. We've reached the 6 minutes in stoppage time. Hitz will take his time to punt this one forward. They've got a player down inside the box, do Sevilla. Out comes the punt from Hitz. It's going to go out for a throw-in. Referee still has not brought proceedings to a halt. We are 1 minute over the allotted stoppage time. There is a Sevilla player, I believe, still down inside the box. I believe it is El Haddadi. Yeah, that's nothing, by the way. And nope, there it is. The final whistle has gone. Borussia Dortmund have just, and I mean just, managed to hold on to this tie despite the massive advantage they had at multiple points on the afternoon. And a very, very controversial second leg does go in the favor of the German side. They will advance to the quarterfinals. Sevilla's time in Europe this season has come to an end despite a valiant effort. 2 goals from En-Nesyri in the match is not enough to overcome the 3-goal deficit that they accrued for themselves. And once again, that man Erling Haaland is the one to push Dortmund forward into the later stages of the Champions League. Well, we do just have a couple of minutes left in this Juventus match of stoppage time, but it's likely to go to extra time as we've reached the end of the stoppage. I will continue to cast this a little bit. I don't know if I'll be as active. I do have a couple things to take care of before the end of the day. But man, I gotta say, guys, what a day. What a match we just watched. Just so much controversy. Just an incredible amount of, good plays at times, good possession from Sevilla. Just a crazy match. Crazy match. And VAR is at the heart of it once again. And it just shouldn't be that way. It just shouldn't be that way. It's really bad. Yeah, there is the whistle for Porto versus Juventus. That will take us to extra time in this Champions League tie. So I'll probably stay on and do a little casting for this, but I am going to take a brief break, hit the restroom. I'll be right back with the remainder of Juventus and Porto after this. All right, guys. So as we were saying, we're just going to wait for extra time in this match. They're just going through some replays and whatnot as this one ends. I am going to hop on... Well, I'm not going to hop on Twitter until the match is completely end. I do need to respond to someone, so give me 1 second. Let me drag this over to my other screen so it's not impeding the view. I'm going to have to tell... All right, so the captains are at least already out in the center circle to go through the coin flip. I'm going to hop over to Twitter just to see what's being said right now. I follow a lot of soccer personalities, and I imagine a lot of them have opinions about what has been happening today. I certainly obviously have very strong opinions about what is happening today, mostly that it's a bunch of malarkey. And I'm not even an 80-year-old, and I'm using that term because it's just a bunch of ridiculous stuff going on in these games. Let's see. All right, so we have gotten started in extra time. Again, I'm going to do a little bit less of the broadcasting stuff. I'm kind of, my voice is kind of tired. So I'll just kind of update on what's going on. I'll try to give a good picture of what's happening as well. Again, Porto's still down a man. Taremi was sent off very, very early in the second half. They've been playing with 10 men since then, and did concede 2 goals since then. So, you know. Okay, Porto have it back. His play's been stopped. His ball bounced off of the referee, so I think he's deemed that he impeded play. I am really not seeing a lot of stuff on Twitter from people about these games. I do follow a lot of esports personalities too, so maybe just need to search it. Let me see. Juventus versus Porto. Just search, see what people have to say.
Let him say it for you.
Go away, ad. Yeah, live stream this, live stream that. Bjorn Kuipers. I'm not really seeing a lot. Taremi. Red card. Do people not have opinions about this? Okay, at least there's, yeah. Yeah, it seems like most people generally agree with me. As cross comes in here, easily collected by Szczesny. I'm going to look to counterattack quickly. If you haven't seen the Taremi red, I'm sure you can go find a replay of it somewhere on Twitter or the internet at large. Someone's definitely got it clipped already, but it's garbage. It's straight garbage. It's just not a red card. It doesn't matter. Cross gonna be Quadrado's looking for a cross, elects not to take it. Now he'll swing one in. Header from McKinney, still bouncing around the box. So Ronaldo gets that one poked away from him. Cristiano again, just forced to retreat. Alexandra actually wearing the captain's armband since Bonucci was subbed off in the second half. He's gonna play this one all the way back to Demiral. Artur frustrated that I went back to Demiral before I came to him. He's like, well, yeah, dude, come on, you just played to me. You know, I'm better at passing than Demiral is, which is true. Cross swung in by Cuadrado. That was hopeful at best. The clearance is poor, though. Comes to McKinney. He tries to play in Chiesa. Scorer of both the goals today. Now, a little bit of a better cross from Cuadrado, but well marshaled at the back post. I'm sorry if I don't say a lot of the Porto players' names. The reality is I just don't know a lot of the Porto players' names. Pepe going to get pulled back here by Alexandro. Easy free kick call, and Porto will be able to clear their lines. I know most of the players in major leagues, so pretty much everyone. I pretty much know everyone in the Premier League because I cast it very regularly and play fantasy, so you kind of have to know everyone. Bundesliga, I would know most in the top like 6 or 7 teams, you know, some of the bigger clubs, and then maybe a couple that have risen up the ranks this season. I typically know them. Italian Serie A, I know the big clubs. And then French Ligue 1, I know PSG, which is pretty much anyone ever knows that isn't actually like directly involved with Ligue 1, I feel like. Just because, you know, quality may be not the highest, regardless of what Kylian Mbappe says on Twitter. It's Pepe collecting this one. But yeah, so for Portuguese League, I know very little about the player base. I'll look up young players occasionally on like transfer window periods, but yeah, don't actively really follow those leagues. Same with like Belgium. Yeah, Bundesliga, Liga 1, and Italian Serie A, I'll know some. And then Premier League, I know all of it. Oh, and La Liga as well. I'll know the bigger teams and some of the mid-range teams as well. Like Sevilla today, I know most of the players on Sevilla. Some of them it takes me a little bit to get it clicking again, but a lot of them I've seen play before, or I've seen their names before. I've watched matches with them, so I kind of already have an idea of what the like player's profile is, what their skill set is, etc. So. Ronaldo's down on the sideline here. I'm not exactly sure what for. Oh yeah, just get stepped on. That one hurts. That one hurts. We'll be able to carry on. And here he is. Cuadrado back into Artur. Bit of a slip as Artur moves it to McKinney. His pass a little bit loose, easily intercepted by Pepe. Right in front of course, his former club teammate and perennial international teammate, Cristiano Ronaldo. Those two, I believe, very good friends. Yellow card going to be issued here by Bjorn Kuipers. Not exactly sure what for. I mean, if that's a yellow card, then this should probably be a yellow card on Alexandro. No? Sergio Oliveira gets a yellow. He will miss the... He will miss the first leg of the next round if they do move on. Porto moving it up the near flank. That touch is going to be a little bit too far. It'll roll out for a goal kick. We are 7 minutes into this 15-minute extra time. It looks like that actually took a slight deflection off a Juventus player. This is a corner kick. And yeah, it does right there off of Cuadrado. So good stuff by Tecatito to get this corner kick. It'll be taken from the near side. Looks like an in-swinger from Oliveira. Instead he's going to go short. Oh, that's a lovely turn from Tecatito. Swung into the box. Header is on target, but not enough power on it. Claims of a handball as well, as Szczesny just picks it up. Man, that was a huge chance. That was a brilliant turn from Tecatito. Just completely juked Artur out of his boots. Morata's gone down. Play is allowed to carry on here as Pepe's furious with his former teammate, actually. Clip cross into the back post, headed away. Doesn't arrive at Ronaldo. Feet, and now we've got claims of Chiesa stamping down from Porto. It's on Tecatito. We'll see what the... It's going to be a free kick to Porto, it looks like, because Chiesa is not happy with the call. And you can see why. Chiesa actually gets a piece of the ball and then gets kicked by Tecatito. He's saying, you know, if the foul's on me, it should be our free kick. Probably should have been. There is Marega, the one with that last chance. Look at this turn by Tecatito. That's just so good. The cross is good too. It just, I think Marega just heads this down. Maybe it takes a slight flick off of Alexandro as it comes to him. Let's see here. No, it's just, yeah, Marega just gets his header wrong. That's so unfortunate. That's a golden chance for Porto. It doesn't get much better than that. That was just such a good turn from Tecatito. I cannot emphasize that enough. Just gives a little fake that he's going to play it back to Oliveira, then just makes a quick little sharp turn on the baseline. Now Juventus trying to come the other way, but that's a poor pass, and Ronaldo's furious about it. Good work by McKinney to win this one back, though. Cuadrado has it now. Delight was subbed in earlier for, I believe, Bonucci. It's just tiring, probably. Here's Ronaldo. Cuadrado going to slide it behind for Chiesa. Looks for the cross, just drives it with power, but that just comes right off the defender. There's Tecatito again, I believe. And gets that one poked off of him. I think he fouls Cuadrado in the process, but still with Juventus, so plays a lot to continue. Oh, Chiesa just completely overruns that cutback. Back with Porto. Marega, that's a nice little clip ball into Oliveira. Trying to hold off one, trying to hold off two, and he's going to get a foul called. That's great control from Oliveira. That's so good. That's so hard. Just like brings this down in the air. Look at this, just kind of flicking it away. Yeah, really high boot there from Cuadrado. Couple subs coming in for Juventus. Artur going to be withdrawn for Kulusevski. Chiesa actually comes off for Bernardeschi. That's a little surprising. Maybe just getting really tired and they see it, but otherwise he's the goal scorer on the hat trick. Likely a man that you would have wanted to keep on the field unless you're expecting penalties or something. I don't know how good of a penalty taker Chiesa is or isn't, but seems a bit odd. Easy header down here for Betancourt. Oh, here's a nice ball into the channel for Ronaldo, but that's a really aggressive challenge from the Porto goalkeeper. He does get the ball, so he's fortunate to come away from that one without giving away a penalty. Meanwhile, another free kick going to be assessed here against Juventus. It's Bernardeschi who's just been introduced. He picks up a yellow card. Pepe animated, claiming that it was a stamp down and that this should be a red card. But, when has Pepe not been animated about anything? The answer is never. Ronaldo very slow to get to his feet after that challenge with the goalkeeper. And it's Marche there apologizing to him. Yeah, you can see it's a very aggressive challenge. And Ronaldo's... Yeah, he doesn't get hit that badly, but still does hurt when you're going... Oh, yeah, actually, never mind, he does. That one definitely hurts. But yeah, the keeper does get the ball, so you can't argue too much. That is a pretty nasty challenge from Bernardeschi. I don't really know what he's doing there. He comes in for that ball. He just ends up stamping down on the foot of the opposing player. But it is literally his first introduction to the match. It's literally the first involvement he's had. I don't think you're getting a red card for that. It wasn't malicious for certain. I think he just got a little... kind of thing where, as he's coming in for the ball, I think it's like he just doesn't approach it the right way. You know what I mean? He just kind of gets it, his approach wrong and his balance wrong, and so he tackles it really oddly. I just don't understand why it was tackled that way. They're not going to review this and give a penalty, are they? There's no fucking way. Okay, good. They're not. Maybe just worried about Ronaldo being injured, but it's whatever. What a disaster that would be. Sending off Medi for that red card and then just giving away a penalty like that to like hand Juventus the tie. Good Lord. Be a furor. Foul going to be called here on Luis Diaz. He has been pretty aggressive in at least the few minutes that I've seen him playing, so I'm not surprised that this one's been assessed. Yeah, I mean, dude, what are you doing? Just like got like a fucking hand in Kulusevski's chest. He's pulling on his jersey, like bops him in the head a little bit. Just like, come on, man. Just like take a deep breath, chill out. Just like he's too amped up. He's like too angry about everything. It can be hard to control when you're like in the competition. Like I remember those days. Like I certainly was that way. I was like very aggressive and animated with my play style, though I never actually got a red card in my career. Like seeing red was not something that like happened for me. I just like feel like I understood the stakes weren't like worth, you know, some like possible decisions basically, but that is not the case for everyone. That's for sure. Your competitive spirit often gets the better of you. Corner kick for Juventus, going to be taken from the far side. Kulusevski going to swing this one out. That one's well headed away by Marega. 2 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this first extra time period. Already a minute into it as it's swung out to Delight here. Or Delict. He's going to swing in a left-footed cross, but, you know, he's a center back, so good luck with that one. Headed away by Porto. Nice combination. It's a lazy second pass. Good Lord. Come on. You got to connect that. Given away. It's Juventus coming again. They got a minute left in this first period. Ronaldo driving forward. Gets that one poked away from him. Going to play a little reverse pass, but don't think Morata was expecting it. Diaz places to Tecatito. Back to Oliveira. Marega. Oliveira. Tecatito again. I can see I've picked up on who a few of the players are from like numbers and interactions already. We're getting there. Maybe we'll get to the full spectrum of the Porto players before this is over. Got another 15 minutes, so it's quite possible. Marega. Pepe. Swinging one back to the near side. It's well read by Cuadrado and just going to escape Tecatito, and that will bring us to the end of the first extra time period. 15 more minutes, and then penalties await if we do not get a winner. So I would stay tuned to this match, whether it's on my stream or somewhere else. This is, this is an exciting one. All right, I'm going to take another brief break, grab some water and whatnot. I'll be right back with the final coverage of the match today. Just be basically watching alongside you guys. Hope you are enjoying it. It's been quite the day of Champions League action, and I have a lot of work ahead of me because I'm probably going to write a full 2 match reports, one for my last cast of Man U Man City, the Manchester Derby on the weekend, and one of this game, or the game I cast earlier. And I'm going to have a lot to say. Plus, I have to put that tweet out after this match ends. I just don't want to put it out beforehand because if Juventus loses, like, I don't want to put it out and then, like, I seem like I'm predicting a Juventus win before it happens. So basically what I'm going to say is, like, today's games are just such an illustration of, like, the reason we wanted VAR in the first place was to stop decisions like this from Kuipers, because what Kuipers did today ruined the game. And it was a bad decision, and it should not have happened. And those decisions should have a way to be fixed or rectified on the spot. And they don't, right? Even with VAR, they don't. And that's where the second point comes in that even though this is the part of the reason we wanted VAR in the first place, VAR is not solving this problem. Right? It's not going back and telling Bjorn Kuipers, hey man, you screwed up. You're ruining this game. Stop it. It's not fixing this drastic game-altering decision that was wrong. Instead, it's going back and re-refereeing a play that happened 4 minutes ago, or calling a millimeter offside call, or calling some BS handball that no one had any control over. Like, that's what it's being used for, and that's some BS. Change going to be made here as Tony Martinez comes on for Porto. We're just about to get started with the extra time. Guess I didn't take a break. I probably still should. I'll be right back. I'll be right. You'll see the scoreline if it changes. I promise. I promise. Oh, top of the box. Nope. Cleared away from McKinney, right on schedule. I'm opening some pretzels. I gotta eat them now or in like 40 minutes when I want to run. I'm not gonna have any fuel. Try to eat them as quietly as possible. I know pretzels are pretty noisy. But since I'm not doing like pure play-by-play casting, should be just fine. I can just do something like this. Cuadrado swinging one in. That one's headed away by Pepe. Betancourt looks in behind for Kulusevski. He can't get his cross away. Second ball comes back. It's actually Rabiot. I'm mixing up for Betancourt. My apologies. I think this is Bernardeschi. He's laying it back to Alexandro. Both left-footed players. Sure, they want to get left-footed crosses. And Porto doing a good job of denying that left foot. Rabiot wants to Cuadrado. He's going to lay it in behind for Kulusevski. He also wants a left-footed cross. You can see Marega overplaying it a little bit. Solid stuff. There's a cross from Cuadrado. That one, again, easily headed away by Pepe. Goes to the ground. Now 2 players to the ground on the far side. Foul is going to be called, but it's against Cuadrado, who's the player in more pain, but not the player who's going to get the gain. Sorry, I had to. Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with this. I mean, I think Diaz is the only one really challenging for it. Cuadrado just kind of stands there. Okay, goal kick cleared out. Still bouncing around. Looks like Kulusevski's going to bring it down for possession. Decent amount of space out here on the left. Oh, this is trouble. Ronaldo has the chance here. Trying to shift around his right. Gets the shot. It's deflected. Going to go behind for a corner kick. But, you know, typical Ronaldo fashion there. He probably should have played Morata into the channel, but didn't. Needed the glory for himself. Bernardeschi's corner is low, but it looks like it was design play, trying to get it to Delight to have him flicking on, or Delict to have him flicking on. Didn't work out. Good defending by Porto. They're going to clear it away. So now lob back to the near side. Good header away by Luis Diaz. Sorry, it's not Luis Diaz. It's Tecatito. Did he crop up on the right now? I think he might have, yeah. Oh, wow. That's a big miscue. Kulusevski's inside the box, cutting it back on his right foot. Great challenge to block that one away, and has actually earned a goal kick for his side here. I don't actually know who the other center back is, but man, Tecatito completely fell asleep there. Kulusevski had a free run into the box, gets a good cut back onto his right foot, and yeah, it is a goal kick. That was a crucial challenge there. That was scary. If you are a Porto fan. And if you're also me, who thinks that they probably shouldn't be in the situation because Taremi was unfairly sent off. But, you know. I really got my fingers crossed that Porto wins this game. I think it would be hilarious. I don't think Juventus has played particularly well on either of the legs. I don't think they deserve to win the tie, and I don't think they deserve to be in this game because I think they got it handed to them by an unfair red card. There's Luis Diaz. Actually managed to beat Cuadrado. Looking for the right ball. Top of the box. Fakes the strike. Now strikes it deflected, but not enough power. Alexandro going to clear it away. First ball's picked up by Porto. Nice dribbling around Ronaldo here. The layoff is deflected. Good sliding challenge, but it's not enough to keep it out of the path of Ronaldo. Header will be knocked out of play. It's a throw into Juventus. And we're headed to 1:30, so, excuse me, we're headed to 1:20, so 10 minutes remaining in this extra period. Cuadrado. He's going to lob one into the box here. Header down there by Ronaldo, I believe. Nope, that's Morata, but not going to be on target. Does look like, sorry, that was Bernardeschi. Does look like he's won a corner for Juventus, though. Porto players are none too pleased with that decision. Probably is the right call, though. I think the referee had a pretty good look at that one. Might have heard it, too. They go short to Kulusevski. Wants his left foot. Oh, that's so good by Tecatito. Great defending. He knows Kulusevski wants his left foot. He's not worried about that right foot. Absolutely gets this one right. Yeah, look at him. Watching the ball the whole time. Good shift of the good weight shift. Good acceleration. Just absolutely does him. Don't let anyone tell you can't do someone as a defender. If you read them perfectly and you just like quickly insert your body between them and the ball and they either foul you or like give up, you've done them. You absolutely did them. You fucking did them. Attackers aren't the only ones that can do players. Defenders can do attackers too. It just doesn't look as cool. But as a defender, you gotta take the small victory. You gotta take your own victories. You know, your job is to stop the attacker. And if you read them like a book, and you get it perfect, you're like, "Fuck yeah, that's right. I fucking owned you, dude. Got destroyed." There's a potential counterattack opportunity for Porto, but that's a good sliding challenge to break it up. Unfortunately, Rabiot going to be deemed to have dragged back. Luis Diaz, he'll receive a booking for that. I don't think he can have too many complaints. The sliding challenge is good, but you can see he's already holding him up here. And that's what allows him to even get the sliding challenge in. So I think that's the right call. Free kick taken short. Marega going to lay it off. Oh, my word. Oliveira just, man. Don't do him like that. Don't do our boy like that, Oliveira. Oh, he just nutmegged Weston McKennie so hard. McKinney's all like, no, I didn't foul him. Oh, man, he got fucking torched. Ouch. That's brutal, man. You shouldn't be allowed to show something like that on live television. Whew. Oliveira taking a long run up here. He's going to strike this low. It's in! It's in! He did it! Oliveira scores! He hits it under the wall. It deflects into the goal. Szczesny can't keep it out. I don't believe it. This is incredible. Oh, he goes under the wall. Everyone on the wall jumps. They all break apart. What is this wall even doing? Takes a slight deflection, and Szczesny can't keep it out. Yeah, the wall is terrible. Two players on the wall turn their back. They all split, and they all jump. It's just awful. It's awful. No way, dude. That's crazy. Here's Bernardeschi with a corner for Juve. Gonna swing one in low. A chance! Great save by Marche. At the near post, it was Ronaldo swinging that one on target. Next corner's in, it's in! Juve equalize! I don't believe it. It's Rabiot who's evened the score right after Porto take the lead. Oh, it's just devastating. Why? Oh, no. It's just a free header. I don't even know what the defenders are doing. Yeah, it's just completely free. Rabiot buries it. It's a great header. Jesus. What a day. What a Champions League day today is. Controversy, comebacks, goals galore. Jeez, oh criminy. And we're back to penalties. Wow. They're going to sub Oliveira. Oh, wait. I forgot. These are away goals. Juve needs another one. Oh, shit. I forgot about that. This is not even. It's not going to penalties. Juve has, they have, Porto has 2 away goals to Juve's 1. So Juve has to score again. That's why they've subbed Oliveira. It can't go to penalties, actually. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I was going to say, if you're subbing Oliveira before a penalty shootout, that makes no sense. But there's no penalty shootout. I can't have a penalty shootout. Juve will either lose or score again and win. That's the only way. Yeah, by the way, this Porto player just flopped his ass off. But welcome to professional football at the end of a match. Welcome to football at the end of a match, dude. You pretend like you got shot for 25 seconds, man. Everybody does it. Almost everybody. I shouldn't say everybody. Goal kick for Juventus. They got a minute plus stoppage time. There will be a decent amount of stoppage time. Probably 4 minutes or so. Maybe 5. Depending on how Juventus favored the referees are at the moment. Ronaldo, nice ball inside the box. Good tackle. Taken away by Porto. And they just need to hold off here. So just don't do anything stupid. Nice pass. That's good composure. Oh, this. Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. This should be taken to the corner. Szczesny's coming out. He needs to keep this in play. He does. That's good stuff by Szczesny. Really good stuff by Szczesny. That should have gone the other way from Porto. Been plenty of space. All right. 20 seconds left. I don't know why this like annoying border is still up. Please go away. Thank you. Okay, cross comes in. That is just a flop and a half from Delight. Don't even look at this shit, dude. This motherfucker. I don't even need a good angle to know that that was a flop. It was so obvious. He's a center back. No fucking way he goes down like this. Yeah. Oh my god. Nice try, Matthias. Leave the fucking acting to the strikers, man. Good lord. Here comes the corner. Header away at the near post. Strike at the top of the box by Demiral's blocked. Comes to Kulusevski. He's going to slide it out to Morata, who's kind of wide open here, honestly. Gets it onto his left. Cross is blocked. It's going to be another corner. 3 minutes of stoppage time. We're already a minute in. 2 minutes. Porto have to hold on for 2 minutes. They can't give up a goal. Comes the corner for Bernardeschi. Towards the back post. Header up from the lid, but this time they're alert to the second ball. They clear that one away. No pressure, though. We'll just get dumped back in here. Top of the box for Rabiot. 2 players come out. I wish 2 players would not have. Probably only one needed to go. There's an angle for Bernardeschi. He wants to get into the box. Good tackle here, actually. Top of the box, Rabiot's got space. Oh, that's just so poor. Rabiot has a shot from 23 out on the left side of the just outside of the 18-yard box on the left side with his weaker foot. That is garbage. Oh my god, his teammates should be furious with him. Yeah, Jesus. Get up, Delay. That's just some crap. Yellow card's been issued for time wasting. Might miss the next match. That could be bad if he's not using his head here. If you're a player in a Chancellor and Bimba, nope, okay, looks like he's fine. That's good. I was gonna say, so Chancellor's a smart guy. If you're a player in these Champions League, you gotta know. You gotta know coming into the day, hey, if I get a yellow card, I miss the next match. And if you and your coach are okay with that, then you lay out before the match, hey, it's okay for you to get a yellow. If not, you need to avoid it. You need to, particularly late in the match like this one, it just doesn't matter. Like, yeah, sure, time wasting is great and all, but like, it's not worth you missing the next match. Just like have someone else do it. Foul going to be called here against Juventus. That might just about do it. They got 30 seconds left in this match. And you know that Porto are going to milk every second of this. Could we see Titans falling? Their center back is down on the turf. We're at the 3 minutes. There'll be a little extra time added on, of course, for this. But this is just going to go to the corner, as it should. Good flick on, but right to the keeper. It's kind of awkward. So he's going to roll it out to the right. Quadrado just driving it forward. Flicked header. Pepe, what a clearance by Pepe. Oh, Quadrado gets fouled. Here we go. Free kick. This is it. Last chance saloon. This just cleared. Game's over. Okay, Quadrado going to swing this one in. Flicked on. Marche, what a save! Still bouncing around the box. Not fully cleared. Kulusevski! Going to go out of play for a Porto throw. That's it. They did it. They did it. Despite Bjorn Kuiper's trying to rob him. Andrea's like to the referees, like, hey man, we paid you before this game. Where's my win? I'm like, and Bjorn's looking at him like, hey man, you didn't pay us enough to bail you out of that shit. Wow. That's phenomenal. All right, now I can go tweet my thing. Want to thank you guys for tuning in to the very extended stream here, an extra 40 minutes than we usually do, but what a day in the Champions League. So hope you've enjoyed being along for the ride. I've appreciated having you here, and I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day.